The likes of Logan Paul and KSI are just low-life scum. They're a bunch of liars. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to the channel. So this video is all about Logan Paul. And if you don't know who he is, well, get onto the internet and find out who he is. Basically, he very recently announced that he was going to try and pay back everybody who kind of got scammed out of his crypto zoo, Bitcoiny crypto thing that he set up a couple of years ago. It all went to the wall, and then he's been ducking and diving the whole time. But he's not going to be paying everybody back. He's not going to be buying everybody back. In fact, most of the investment that went into that crypto zoo was for a zoo coin that was supposed to support the game so that they could buy these NFTs. This is all stuff that I don't understand. All this crypto nonsense I don't understand. But it sounds like a scam. And guess what? He's got form here because he's done quite a few of these pump and dump things where he invents something online in the crypto space, suddenly gives it a lot of enthusiasm, inflates it, gets the price right up there, then suddenly sells his stock. He goes away with a nice healthy profit, and everybody's left with valueless items. It's just a con. He's done it 3 or 4 times. I don't know. But whatever it is, he's done it a few times. This crypto zoo is just failed on its arse as well. He's said so many lies. He's threatened so many people with lawsuits and all this kind of stuff until he's been called out time and time again. Now, we know that Logan Paul and his brother Jake Paul, they're not exactly the greatest of characters, let's say. But Logan Paul, he's kind of morphed into this caricature of this WWE wrestler, which he does. But he does it in real life. You just look at the way he talks, analyze the way he talks as well. It's a show. It's a facade, the whole thing. He's got a big business with KSI, and KSI's manager, Mams Taylor, and I believe is involved, and a few other people. But they've got this Prime drinks, right? And Prime is going everywhere. Prime here, sponsorship there, sponsor this footballer, sponsor this other athlete here. So they're everywhere, right? And I've tried it. It's not that great. I mean, if you're a kid, you might like it, but I certainly don't like it, right? Okay, fine. So KSI, who once really hated Logan Paul, who slated him for all the horrible things that he used to do. Let's not forget some of the horrible things, like filming tragic people who went off into a Japanese forest to commit suicide, and you thought, oh, that's a really good idea, let me go and video that. And what kind of a scumbag does that? What kind of a scumbag? Have people forgotten that? Oh no. And then you got other people, and this is where I take umbrage with people who won't out these people just because they think they can bask in their sunlight a little bit. Oh yeah, they're my friend. Oh, they're trying to make do on what they did before. Oh, he's a really good guy, really. The likes of True Geordie as well, which I kind of like True Geordie in the kind of content that he produces. And he's very critical on other people. But all of a sudden, one of your mates, who's one of the most heinous people out there, is the biggest scammers, and he's not a very nice person, put it that way. You never say anything against him. I mean, you're just as bad as they are. You're just as bad as Logan Paul if you don't out him for what he is, whether he's your mate or not. Or basically, you just want to keep on in his good books so you can just build your brand at all. You've had your own problems as well, True Geordie. But hey, guess what? By you not coming out and exposing Logan Paul for what he's done in the past, but also what he's doing now, kind of shows the person that you are as well. And let's not forget here, you're doing the same with KSI. Some of the crap that he's pulled over the last year or two, you haven't actually gone after him, have you? Because guess what? You're his mate as well, and you've got back into the fold, into the Misfits boxing fold, which you were out of it for a while. For the last sort of 6 months or 8 months, you've got back into it. So all of a sudden, KSI's your mate, Logan Paul's your mate, Jake Paul's your mate. Everybody's your mate apart from the Furies, Tyson Fury, Tommy Fury, if you've fallen out with. So all of a sudden, you've got a gang of people on the internet world, on YouTube, and they're operating on Twitter, X, or whatever the fuck you call it, Instagram, and all these places as well, and they're all backing each other up. KSI then comes out and backs Logan Paul and saying that everybody who's basically criticising Logan Paul is a hater. No, everybody who's having a go at Logan Paul and the likes of you for calling you out when you do something wrong, that is not a hater. A hater is somebody who just criticises you without merit. A hater is somebody who just hates on you for whatever reason. Who will troll you. but not somebody who comes out and tries to show everybody what you've done is actually wrong. And they are right. It's not as if this is a personal vendetta. They are showing, no, you are wrong. You have said this, you have done this, and you are wrong. There are accounts out there who've tried to do this. They've tried to show exactly what's what, and they've come under attack by the fans of Logan Paul and the fans of KSI and all that kind of stuff. And what an absolute load of nonsense that is. These characters need to be shown up for what they really are. I have no time for the likes of Logan Paul because I've kind of studied him a little bit over the last year as well, and some of the actions that they've done. And just a weasel, just an absolute weasel. Jake Paul, I have a lot more time for Jake Paul, who's tried to go to the legitimate route as well of boxing. I have a lot more time for him. KSI, I have no time for him whatsoever. And the problem is that, especially here in the UK, he's one of, if not the biggest YouTuber, isn't he, right? So all these other YouTubers, all these other content creators also want to bask in his sunlight as well, because guess what? If they can get close to KSI, all of a sudden, hey, their value will go up. They'll get more subscribers. They get more views as well. Hey, potentially there's a collaboration option here with KSI. All of a sudden, hey, maybe I'll start earning more money. Maybe I'll become more famous. Maybe I'll become as famous as KSI. What an absolute load of shit this is. Basically, KSI is saying that everybody who criticizes Logan Paul, oh, they're all haters. What are they going to say now? What, just because Logan Paul all of a sudden after a year of heavy criticism is coming out and saying, no, I'm going to pay everybody back now. Yeah, up until next month, I'm going to pay everybody back. No, you're not. You're not going to pay everybody back. It's an absolute farce. You're all liars and you're all backing each other up. And the YouTube accounts out there who are not calling it as it is and not saying it as it is, you're just as bad as them. YouTube is not about creating lies. It's not about trying to sell stuff to people that they really don't want. But guess what? It's become the biggest selling platform out there. Oh yeah, you want to be an influencer. Oh yeah, let's get onto here. Let's diversify here. Let's take all my audience here and get them to go and watch me do some boxing or go and watch me sell a soft drink here or there. These all started off as kids. They started off on YouTube and whatever other platform they're on, and they've built up. They got the millions of followers. They've started doing podcasts and they've grown up, but still fundamentally they are broken individuals. They are individuals who cannot see right from wrong. Because if they saw right from wrong, they certainly wouldn't go off into a forest and start filming dead people. They certainly wouldn't be attacking other YouTubers just for an opinion. They certainly wouldn't be hurling racist slurs against a minority population here in the UK and then all of a sudden offering some kind of apology, as KSI did, against the Pakistani community over here. Oh no, we're supposed to forget that, are we? We're supposed to forget what the likes of True Georgie said in the past. And yeah, look, he's atoned for what he did, and I commend him for that. But at the same time, you might atone in one place, but you're also still making the same errors in another place as well. Again, I have a lot of time for the likes of True Geordie on his football shows and his fighting shows and his general podcast stuff. Yeah, I quite like it. But it doesn't mean I have to agree with his position. It certainly doesn't mean that I have to agree with anything that he says. And it certainly doesn't mean that I'm not going to call him and the likes of him out when they don't call out others for doing the wrong things, for doing the wrong thing, for saying the wrong thing. What is it about these people that younger people are fascinated by, and then all of a sudden they're going to follow along, and you're going to get scammed? If you follow these people, you're going to get scammed. It's as simple as that. Let's not forget here that the likes of KSI, the likes of Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and all these other really big YouTubers who are trying to manipulate you, they're trying to get your money, and they're trying to do it for their own reasons, their own wealth. They don't care about you. They don't care about creating content for you. They don't care about the YouTube as it used to be, let's say, about having fun, about bringing your own ideas, about bringing your own opinions, about showing yourself YouTube. No, they don't care about that. What they care about is growing their wealth, growing their influence, and their influence over you. And that's what they've been doing. And now they're just backing each other up. when they're being called out by various different other YouTube accounts or getting slaughtered on Twitter or something like that, basically all they're doing is they're just closing ranks. They're closing ranks so that, hey, listen, let's go into business with each other. It causes a shitstorm, and then, oh, guess what? Our soft drink is going to sell for millions. I'm going to get into crypto zoo or any kind of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, and I'm just going to, talk a load of nonsense about this and talk about NFTs and all this sort of stuff that nobody really understands, but you're going to try and get people to go along with a journey with you. All the while, you're not really invested in this yourself. You might say you are, but you're not, because if you were, you wouldn't bail out straight away, and you wouldn't hide what was really going on behind closed doors, or you certainly wouldn't wait months and months and months, and you certainly wouldn't try and threaten other YouTubers for trying to expose you and then suddenly back down afterwards as well. The likes of CoffeeZilla. Other YouTubers in the UK like Kavos, he's calling them out as well. And I've been sitting here just watching all this unfold for a couple of years now. But I've been, especially the likes of KSI and Logan Paul, I kind of been looking at and others of their ilk as well and saying it's all bullshit. It's all lies. Everything that they say is all lies. And unfortunately, a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of YouTube accounts, it's all lies. It's all smoke and mirrors. They're not telling you what they really think. They're not telling you what they're really about. They're just trying to play to the YouTube algorithm. They're just trying to show you, hey, listen, I'm going to say this because I know it's going to get me more clicks and more views and everything like that. They're going to take up a position, whether it's a positive position or a negative position. They're never going to take a balanced position on any topic, because, hey, a balanced topic, guess what? It doesn't create views. But if you take a negative approach or an overly positive approach, if you polarize your argument, then all of a sudden, guess what? That's what happens. Hey, guess what? I'm also going to sell this bag, or I'm going to sell this, or I'm going to sell that. And maybe you should too. Maybe you should buy this stuff as well. Hey, come and support me here, and let's get into boxing. Let's get into that as well. It's all a load of farce. KSI gets beaten by Tommy Fury, and he was beaten, and he went to appeal, and he still got beaten. Guess what? He throws his toys out the pram. Oh, he can't believe that he got beat. Yeah, because you can't fight, you can't box. You're an absolute crap boxer. But it's all good to give it all that, isn't it? Before the fight, I'm the nightmare. I will destroy you. No, you're crap. You're a crap fighter. You're a crap YouTuber, and basically you've been pulling the wool over too many people's eyes for too long. And also, you're backing your mate up, Logan Paul, when he's fleecing everybody as well. You're all a bunch of liars. You're all scum, really, in my opinion. Absolute scum. And anybody who believes any of their stuff should really take a long, hard look at themselves as well. These people cannot be trusted. And I can safely say that, or have an opinion, because I'm having an opinion based upon what I've observed and how they've acted over the last few years. If you really look at their history, and if you really look at what they've done and how they've acted, they're a bunch of narcissists. They're a bunch of people that you definitely would not invite around for dinner, and you definitely would not leave them in a room full of silver, because guess what? When you come back from making the tea, they would have pissed off, and so would your silver as well. And they'd probably come after you in social media land, hey, for even daring to accuse them that they even stole your silver. Well, I'll tell you what, they did. They've done it time and time again, whether literally, metaphorically, spiritually. They've done it, they're doing it, and they'll no doubt continue to do it, especially when the likes of True Geordie and other big platforms out there here in the UK don't have the decency to call them out, or even just ask the question on a video and say, hey, listen, this is wrong. This should have been done a lot better. They should have done a lot better. Not wait weeks and weeks and maybe just say something in passing. No, you should be there front and centre and say, listen, this is wrong. They're my mates. I like them on a personal level, but what they've done here is wrong. And if you've got any integrity as a YouTuber, guess what? That's exactly what you do. And hopefully there'll be a lot more people out there who's willing to come out on YouTube and willing to come out on any of these creative platforms, social media platforms, and actually, hey, call it as it is. These people just need to be called out and shown for what they really are. That's all I have to say. Catch you again. Bye now.